break down some of these terms for our listeners. So you use the word agonist.
Mm.
Let's talk about what most people know as Suboxone.
Right. So it's actually what's called a partial agonist. And so when you think of the way that drugs affect the brain, the brain has all sorts of receptors. And brain has opioid receptors, natural opioid receptors, right? So everybody's talking about dopamine nowadays.
Mhm.
Well, dopamine, when we do something that's good for ourselves, right? If you're hungry and you have a nice piece of dark chocolate, you eat that and your brain says, "Oh, you did something good for your body, so I'm going to reinforce this with releasing a little dopamine." Dopamine's like an opioid that attaches to these opioid receptors and you feel good. So there are external or exogenous opioids like heroin, right?
Mhm.
And you can take that and you can put it into your body and it will bond to those same receptors and it will feel really, really good. And what happens in the brain though is that as that happens, that it increases, kind of wakes up more receptors. So now you've been using this heroin, you've waken up more receptors and now your brain needs even
And
more
more.
to just feel normal. And then in this process called tolerance, you need more and more and more and more. Well, what happens if you stop, let's say you're addicted to heroin or oxycontin or some opioid, and you just take that away, is you've now got all of these receptor sites that start going, ah, they start screaming, right? And you feel sick. You feel your brain says to you, you must put something here or you're going to die. And
Mhm.
so people,
Mhm.
despite terrible consequences, go back to the drug, not because they're stupid, not because they're broken, not because they're evil, not because they're weak, but
Yeah.
because this has occurred and they have to go back to the drug. It,
Overrides everything.
Absolutely. Your world gets smaller and smaller and smaller, and all your brain will let you see is that drug.